Hello. So in this video, I'll be talking about how to control wealth, or probably how to gain wealth, right? Initially, I thought that in order to control wealth, you just have to be an entrepreneur. Like you just have to be in a business. You just have to buy and sell, and you're giving value and collecting money for your value in terms of buying and selling, like you have. But then, by the time I began to read more books and more financial, educative books, I understood that the main thing to look out for when you want to control wealth is to gain ownership. Now, before I go on, please do well to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and then don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and also share this video with your loved ones, because you wouldn't want them to miss on the content that this video has. So now, to gain ownership is the important thing we need to look out for when we want to control wealth. And there are so many things that can give you ownership. Be a business is number one on the list. Actually, business is number one because it gives you ownership, it gives you control, it gives you leverage. Like, you own this thing, this is mine. And because this is yours, you're able to be creative, you're able to control this thing. There's leverage, there's power. So if you have power, you can control this thing, you can control resources, you can expand, you can decide to say, okay, this, I want to build another branch out of this business. I want to be creative this way, to bring in more source of income. That way you're able to control wealth. That way you're able to gain wealth. But if you don't have ownership, now let's talk about you being a 9 to 5, like you work a white collar job, you go to work at 9, come back at 5, and then you're saying to yourself, how do I gain ownership, right? Because from this video, you're meant to understand that ownership is the only way you can gain control, or you can control wealth or gain wealth. Now, how do I get ownership? How do I gain ownership in terms of as a 9 to 5 worker? The only way to gain ownership is to have a skill. Like you own a skill. You're different. You're different from the number of people that have been employed to do the same job that you're doing. You have a skill that gives you an edge over these people. That skill is yours. So now it would be right to go to your boss and say, boss, I have a business proposal. So while going through this, I realized that if we do things differently this way, based on what I have in this business proposal, it will gain us XYZ amount of money more in our accounts as a company. And then at the end of the day, you're telling your boss that I will be demanding a 10% of every earnings that we get from this business idea. Like, that's you controlling wealth, that's you gaining wealth. So now you're not on the level of those that are limited to that category, but because of your skill, because of the value that you bring, the additional value you bring to the table that belongs to you. Like, nobody owns that skills, right? This is what you can bring. There's nobody that can do this thing that you're doing in this company, or you have a better way to do these things that these people are doing. That way you're able to control wealth. That way you're able to control the resources that comes to you. So if you want to build wealth in 2025, if you want to be able to control wealth in 2025, gain ownership. Now, like I always say, it's the number one thing is business, right? But not everybody has been called. There's so many people that are wealthy being an employee, right? They built wealth with this thing. Now, the reason why they've been able to grow their finances in that aspect of their life as a 9 to 5 worker is because they decided to gain ownership of their skill, their value. So they are no longer a commodity that can be priced. They tell you, this is the amount I want to get from this, and the company knows that you're so valuable. They know that you're even doing a favor to them, because you're bringing a skill that is valuable, a skill that will gain them millions and billions of naira or dollars into their company. So one way to gain or control wealth in 2025 is to gain ownership. You could decide to own a business this year. That is a wonderful idea. You could decide to go into affiliate marketing, like you're helping another company to market their brand. That's ownership. Like, you can control that aspect. You can be creative in that aspect. But imagine if you're just an employer. There is no way I can actually be creative if you don't have skills, if you don't have something to leverage on. So please, get a business if you want to get a business. Join an affiliate marketing if you want to. learn a new skill in that environment. Determine what exactly can I do to make sure that I contribute 100% to this company, that will make them pay me anything that I want them to pay me. Think outside the box. That's the only way to gain ownership. Become someone that will be sought after. Even if you're not a business person, even if you're not an entrepreneur, become someone that will be sought after, that people will pay you anything. So be that person that anybody or any employer will want to pay you anything just to be an employer of your services, your value, and your skill. I hope this video gives you a better understanding on how to create wealth in 2025. Make sure that you own something in 2025. Make sure if it's your business, make sure that you're actively involved. If it has to do with your being a 9 to 5, make sure that you're learning something that's going to give you leverage, that's going to give you or make you have an edge over other employees, over other colleagues in your company. Thank you so much for listening, and see you in my next video. Bye.